including a lot of local ones. Our sister station, The Vibe, the Ocean Deck, the Daytona Beach Resort, but Surf Guru Magazine and Eastern Surf Magazine. You've got a number of them, don't you?
Well, the industry's definitely stepped up. We've been working on this for almost 7 months now, and really everybody just came into alignment and is really, really stoked about it. Surf Guru was one of the first guys to step up. We've been on their webcams every morning, and Surfline, and then Ocean Deck. We're going to have the After Expo party Saturday and Sunday night at the Ocean Deck.
And we'll be back just after this, the Surf Summit coming up. News, what do you got?
The governor signs a death warrant. Whose name is on it? Details straight ahead.
We've got high surf coming. We'll check the weather forecast for you in a couple of minutes. Also ahead, quick reminder, Mark Bernier morning comment coming your way. It's 8:31 at 11:50 WNDB.
CBS News Update, I'm Dave Barrett. Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson had stated simply,
we must help as many able homeowners as possible stay in their homes. Foreclosures are costly and painful for homeowners.
Last month, more homeowners gave it up. Correspondent Peter King.
May was the worst month for foreclosures, but June came in a close second with more than 250,000 filings. Realty Track Vice President Rick Sharga says don't expect any quick fix.
It will probably get worse through a good part of 2009.
He says the biggest concern now is a huge increase in bank repossessions, up 171% from a year ago.
And that really strongly indicates that for people entering foreclosure, the likelihood of them getting out successfully just continues to decrease.
Americans paying big time at the gas pump. The Air Transport Association's David Castlevetter says email lawmakers urging them to
bring down the price of fuel, bring down the price of oil by stopping speculators from artificially driving up the price of oil.
CBS News Update, I'm Dave Barrett.
Proud to serve and connected to the Halifax area.
WNDB News Talk 1150.
76 degrees along the world's most famous beach, headed for a high of 93 this afternoon. It is 8:32, and this is the WNDB Morning News. Good morning, I'm Mark Williams. Our top local story, an internal affairs investigation underway after an email was circulated inside the New Smyrna Beach Police Department. The email called presidential candidate Barack Obama a racist. That email was from a commander inside the department. It was left out for everyone to see. City policy says an employee can be fired for distributing political material on the job. A new death warrant from Governor Christ. He has ordered the execution of Richard Henyard for the execution-style murder of 2 young girls in neighboring Lake County.
It was 15 years ago that Richard Henyard and an accomplice kidnapped Dorothy Lewis and her daughters, 7-year-old Jamila and 3-year-old Jasmine, from a parking lot in Lake County. They drove to a remote area where both men raped Lewis. When they were done, Henyard shot her 4 times. They left her for dead and drove to another remote spot, then shot both children in the head, execution-style. But Dorothy Lewis didn't die. She survived to testify against her attackers. Now that the governor has signed his death warrant, Henyard's execution is scheduled for September 23rd. His accomplice is already serving 8 consecutive life terms.
That is WNDB's Rick Flagg, a 26-year-old man in the Volusia County Branch Jail. He is charged with cultivation and trafficking in marijuana. A spokesman for the Volusia County Sheriff's Office tells us the arrest of Johnny Gonzalez took place after members of the local Bureau of Investigation and the SWAT team raided 3 Daytona area homes late Tuesday and early Wednesday. There they found 416 marijuana plants with a street value of roughly $900,000. Millions of Medicaid dollars were wrongfully shelled out to some Florida doctors. The catch, the doctors were all dead. A Senate committee says nationally, Medicaid shelling out nearly $100 million to claims to doctors that had passed. About 500 fraudulent claims were filed and paid in Florida to the tune of nearly $2 million. Governor Chris says it is hard to believe people would steal from Medicaid.
It's hard to imagine that somebody would want to steal that badly, that they would literally steal not only money, but health care that ought to be going to somebody legitimately.
Up until the investigation, 1 in 4 deceased doctors in Florida still had working Medicaid ID cards. The New York Stock Exchange opens in an hour at 11,147. The Dow Jones Industrial Average off 237 points. The Nasdaq down 60, while the S&P 500 was down 29. Traffic and weather next. WNDB Morning News time, now 8:35.
Every day an accident occurs. Life-altering injuries leave families financially strapped. Bills mount. Stress sets in. All the while, a key decision needs to be made. What law firm will represent me at my most desperate hour? I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, and I'm going to tell you something you should consider. Many times I have, unfortunately, seen people hire lawyers with little or no experience. I've seen lawyers hired who've never tried a case, or in the best case scenario, only tried a few. I've seen families as injured by their choice of a law firm as the injury itself. Before hiring a lawyer, see how many trials they've tried and what the results were. Make sure your firm has the financial strength to take on the insurance company. Please visit our website at forthepeople.com to learn about our experience and results. At Morgan & Morgan, we seek justice. Justice for all. Morgan & Morgan. For the people. Offices, Orlando.
Good afternoon, Arctic Cold Auto-Wear. How may I help you?
Oh, good. You're still there. So many of my favorite places are closing. I've heard that my car will get better gas mileage with a properly working AC system. What kind of repairs do you do, and when can I get in for a check?
First, may I say, Ray, and I appreciate you choosing Arctic Cold Auto-Wear as one of your favorite places. We are AC specialists and can make any service or repair necessary to your car's AC system. As usual, come anytime between 8 and 5 weekdays or half-day Saturdays during the summer season. Do you remember how to get to us?
You're on that little side road off Nova?
Yes, we're between the 6th and 8th Street light near the Holly Hill City Limit sign on Old Nova Road behind the canal.
I've already closed the phone book. Can you give me your phone number just in case I get lost?
It's 254-8700.
That's 254-8700. Got it. See you sometime next week.
Don't forget to look for the little white building with our name on the roof, Arctic Cold Auto-Wear. See you when you get here. Bye.
8:37 at News Talk 1150 WNDB. You're hearing the morning news. Let's check traffic and weather together, starting with WNDB's Jennifer Keith. Morning, Miss Jen.
Hey, Mr. News. I-4 westbound volume starting to stack up. This report's brought to you by Lighthouse Toyota of St. Augustine. Westbound, once you cross the bridge, get into Altamont Springs, you'll slow down between 436 and Maitland Boulevard. You'll also find some slow traffic still approaching I-4 westbound at Princeton Street. There's a broken down car that was blocking the left lane, and there are a couple of miles of delays approaching that as well. I-4 eastbound is up to speed through Volusia County. Through Monday night at Lighthouse Toyota, the most wanted fuel-efficient pre-owned on sale. Lighthouse Toyota's Super Sipper Sale. US 1, Lighthouse Toyota in St. Augustine. I'm Jennifer Keith, News Talk 1150 WNDB.
Partly sunny today with a thunderstorm in spots in the morning near the coast and in the afternoon and evening for inland areas. Highs of 89 to 94. Partly cloudy overnight, lows 70 to 76. I'm meteorologist Heather Aaron.
76 degrees along the world's most famous beach. Our next news at 9 o'clock from the CBS Radio Network. We're proud to serve Volusia and Flagler counties on 1150 WNDB. The entire world on the internet at WNDB.am. With bulletins at once, I'm Mark Williams. WNDB Morning News Time, 8:38.
Who's Who in Healthcare, premiering September.